Welcome to the Nightcap. I'm Cindy Burbano, house sitting for Carolina Sanchez. And tonight, let's talk about sex, baby. That's right. Have you ever asked yourself if penetration really is doing it for women? We're going to find out that and much more. But first, we're heading over to the bar with our girl Kay, because it wouldn't be the Nightcap without some alcohol.
Absolutely. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. What do we have right here?
We got a G-spot because it seems fitting for the theme of the night.
I love it. At least we found it, and we're going to figure out how to make it. So, girl, head over to the couch because tonight it's about to get spicy.
Yeah, what's up for a nightcap? Chill, you know, kick back.
It's Girls Night In tonight at the Nightcap, and of course it wouldn't be Girls Night without our girl Nitra, aka Tits. That's her name tonight.
I am going by Tits.
And why is that? Because they're out to play tonight?
I mean, that is what happens when you get new Lane Bryant bras. They come out.
I love it. And of course our bartender and friend Kay, girl. Hey, welcome.
Thank you.
And of course our close friend Christina. We are all here to talk about really important topics, but most of all, sex. You know, Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker had talked about how much sex they love to have. You know, they talk about hours and hours, and they're obviously very, they do a lot of PDA. They're very open about their kissing and all that stuff, right? Well, in one of the interviews that Kourtney said, she said that she had a 15-minute session, and that was probably one of the shortest she's ever had. How long is too long, and what has been your longest session?
15 is, wait, are we talking from a point of insertion
You
or
know,
like for the night?
I mean, it could be a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
I mean, from the time he sticks it in, guys, 15 minutes that's a stretch.
Is that too much?
That's a lot. Let me set a timer.
My question is,
Set a timer. I'm going to set a 15-minute timer.
so I like what you questioned, like, what is it, foreplay or is it insertion? Because I'm wondering, what is Kourtney doing? Like, what do they do for hours?
What do you mean, what do they do?
I'm honestly,
there's
like,
a
do we
lot
need
of
to-
positions.
Do you know what sex is? Should we tell you?
I'm a little, knowledgeable.
Is that why we're here?
No, but seriously, like, I am kind of with Nitra. I think a good little session, the longest has to be drunk sex, of course.
And that, but how long? No,
me.
because how long is long if you're drunk? Because a lot of men, if they're too drunk, they can't. They have that whiskey dick. They're,
well,
they're
my
like,
husband
oh,
doesn't drink, so I'm the very drunk.
So you're really enjoying it. So 15 minutes is way too much for you.
Yeah.
So anything over 15 is clearly just not.
I don't know.
Doing it.
My body has at about 11 and a half, 12 minutes. I'm looking for the clock. Like,
Okay, so you get bored. Anything over that?
I'm not bored. I'm ready to get to where I want to be, which is sleep.
Have you thought?
I'm ready. I'm ready for that nice. I'm ready for that cozy, after sex slumber.
Maybe you haven't had really good partners. What if you met someone that just touched, the G-spot, every place in your body that just made you want to get more and more and more?
I'm not saying I haven't.
Yeah.
But however, there is still the same. It's still the same end goal for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how passionate it is. When I'm ready to be finished. I'm ready to be finished.
Okay, so you're saying like the full end goal is like 15 minutes too much, start to finish. We got to be done.
I need my orgasm in 10
I need
to
like
12.
a snack.
So is it
I
just
need
one
to go to bed.
orgasm or multiple?
I don't need multiple. One does the job.
I like doing one in increments. And like going
Are you like
throughout the
repeat
day.
sex people though? Or are you like, okay, we had like our 11 and a half minutes in heaven, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, let's go get a snack and then come
come
back.
back.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's what I
I
like.
like that
So
way.
it can be.
That's a great way.
Seriously.
But if I doze off, the night's over.
That's fine.
The night's over.
So are quickies okay? Is that like something that you love to do
Steamy
during the
preferred.
day?
Yes.
Quickies preferred.
Yes.
What about you, Kay?
Oh, I'm in like a totally different camp. I mean, I'm in the queer realm. So like for me, it's like, it's hours.
No.
It's hours.
I'm
That's like an
interested.
hour.
I love this.
That's
Tell me
like an
all
hour
about
thing.
it.
I mean, like a quick 15-minute, great. But like when it's two women, it's a little more complicated than just like rub one out and be done with it.
Right.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Well, think about it. For women, a lot of our orgasms are very mental. So then you get, let's say, two women. It's going to take a long time it takes a long time for me to,
Well, there's
have
the
an
mental, but
orgasm.
then there's also like, I'm not here to sit here and be like, all right, all for me. You know what I mean? I think there's like a reciprocity that is a little bit different for women.
Yeah.
Not for all, again, like not a blanket statement, but like, also think about it this way, like, think about masturbation. Like, do you just do that in 12 minutes? Are you done?
No, that's like 30 seconds.
30
No,
just ate it.
if you're doing it right, shout out to
We
my.
gotta talk about your self-care routine.
She's like, shout out to my
my
bullet.
self-care routine is longer than
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, there's no.
I'm with
there's
Nitra,
no
though.
need for a 10-minute masturbation set. That's the point. Like 10
Yeah.
minutes is that's his time. My personal time.
I'm not giving him no
is
time.
zzz, and it's out of there.
Yeah.
We're good.
I'm gonna like take off my mic and go because I'm with Nitra. She's already saying all the things I need to say.
Amazing.
Well, okay, so, well, maybe about pleasing your partner. Tell me
Okay.
about that. What do you guys think about taking the time, more than 30 seconds or a few minutes, of just doing something for him or her?
Oh yeah, I'm with that
Okay.
because I'm a natural pleaser. I'm a Scorpio. Shout out to my Scorps out there. But I'm a natural pleaser, so therefore, I'm always going to take over. And then once I've taken over, now it's your time to take over for about 11, 12 minutes.
Okay, so you are one to please first.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
take care of your partner. The same with you, Kay. Like
Oh yeah, I'm like I'd rather like get off like pleasing somebody else.
You
Like,
get
that's-
excited.
yeah.
It
Oh, that's
just,
like huge for me.
really to watch the other person.
Oh yeah, it's like a gratifying thing.
Oh my! And for you,
The total opposite.
you're like I'm
a
selfish.
receiver. I'm a total
like, I'm
receiver.
ready.
I love it. I just again
My
that needs
box
to
is
get me
open.
into it. Yeah.
Just, like,
And I
ready to
think
go.
my husband has the same feelings
Yeah.
as you. Like he is
He's a
totally
pleaser.
a giver, a pleaser, and I love that. It's a perfect match.
It is.
Yeah, you
yeah.
guys like hit the jackpot with that. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh my
We
gosh.
did. Your girlfriend did. I
I
did.
didn't find out you lazy, Chatty, though.
That's what's happening
She's
here.
all lazy.
I think what's happening here. Well, we're going to talk about
She's a
something.
pillow princess.
We're
That's
going to
what
talk
it
about something coming up. Penetration. Is it really doing it for us women? You're going to find out coming up next. Welcome back. I'm here with Nitra, Kay, Christina, our girls. We are having these amazing conversation about penetration. Off camera, we were talking a little bit about how important it is for women. And it's funny because there's a study that says that 80% of women do not get an orgasm with penetration. So this makes me wonder, you being lesbian with your partner, how do you guys handle that whole penetration? What is going on? Is it important?
I think it depends on the person, right? And I think it depends on the moment. Like, I would say that like sex isn't always the same every single time that you do it, no matter how long you've been with that partner, no matter who you are, your preferences, those sort of things. I've been with people who are like no penetration. They just don't like it. It just doesn't do it for them. And then I've been with
Wow.
others that are like, yeah, let's go.
So for you, do you get turned on with penetration, or is it just like a clitoris kind of moment?
I would say both. Like honestly, for me, it's again, it's whatever the other person is like getting off to.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I've done my job.
Oh my goodness.
wow.
Well, what about you, Nitra? In your 10 minutes.
In my 10 minutes. Well, I'm saying I most likely have already had some type of orgasm during the foreplay type situation. You know,
Okay.
like, but penetration orgasms, they come a dime a dozen. They're not guaranteed.
Right.
I don't always have an orgasm when I'm penetrated, but on a foreplay, intimacy,
like clitoris stimulation.
that's always
Good.
always a plus, but it's not
Right.
there's not always a home run on the other. They might get to third base. They might even slide, but there's no home run on that one.
And I
Yeah.
think there's a misconception too, because I think that men, because they, obviously have their dicks, they can go and get their orgasms all the time. They think that by penetrating, oh, I'm doing my thing, whatever, and we're really enjoying it because we're like so good at faking it. But
it's too
That's a
different.
whole separate conversation.
Right. It's really not doing that much, at least for me.
It's two different orgasms though. Like
I
you,
agree.
like when
That's
you
true.
have penetration, like
Yeah.
it's like you can. Like, I feel like I can keep going if I have a vaginal like orgasm.
Right.
If I have a clitoral orgasm, I can't. It's a wrap. I've probably destroyed something. A pillowcase is missing. Something has happened.
A back is being scratched.
Right. Something
Yeah.
has happened. I'm not.
Yeah.
Something has happened. But with a penetration orgasm, it's different because it's a different motion. It's a different everything. It's not a quick, vigorous friction. It's a stroke, and they got to go to a certain era in order to, get there.
Well, how do you feel
Mine's
about
the
this,
total
Christina?
opposite. I feel like if it's not penetration, it doesn't feel like the whole thing. Like
Really?
I didn't have the burger.
What?
Yes.
I didn't
just had the
finish.
fries.
I just had. Oh my God! Thank you. I just had the fries. I am not like satisfied. I might be a little full, but it's not doing it for me. So I have to have the whole thing, or at least like
Interesting.
in those 10 minutes, that last minute has to be straight
So you are getting orgasms, because a lot of women, even the way that their physiologists, like with their clitoris or whatever, a lot of them, even with the penetration or the rubbing, it doesn't get to that G spot. It doesn't get to the place where, then you have to use your hands, mouth, whatever, other things to try to satisfy the woman.
Right.
But anyway, we're talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
I have a girlfriend who did not have a vaginal orgasm until she was like 30.
What?
Yes.
Like, she could have an orgasm off of oral, but nobody was giving it to her pipe-wise.
They weren't doing it the right way, the certain position.
They need Lady McAllen. Shout out to Lady McAllen.
Yes, shout out to her girl.
You know why, though? I feel like it's so mental. I feel like for women in general, it's just such a mental thing that the clitoris one is just a given. It's going to happen so fast. So that's like, you can't avoid. But I think that mentally, like actually allowing a man or enjoying it is so hard. Yeah. And I can tell you by experience.
Thing too. Like penetration's a safe space thing. Like it's a very personal for anybody, I think, right? It's super personal.
He's in your space, technically.
Literally in you.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, because coming up next, we're going to talk about how it feels like to have sex if you have a vagina. Men, listen up.
Tomorrow on the Nightcap.
Aliens.
There are things flying around in our sky that we have no idea what they are.
We're discussing conspiracy theories. That's at 11:30 on Fox 26.
We are talking sex, and guys, listen up, because we're going to try to describe how it feels like to have sex if you have a vagina. Nitra, go ahead.
You would ask me first.
You're in the hot seat.
The only thing I really can't describe that, but I just
a warm cucumber, perhaps?
No. It's like a pillow in a pillowcase.
Ooh.
You ever shove a pillow? You're like you're trying to put it in there and make sure it's right, I guess.
But why is the pillow? Because pillows are fluffy. Shouldn't it be like hard?
I mean, he's fluffy and hard, I guess.
Okay.
So I don't know. I just that's a weird question.
It's warm.
I don't
feel
pillowcase fresh out the
You
dryer.
need to be asking them this. I don't feel like these questions are for us, because I don't. I mean, I would like to think she's warm. I've heard she's warm.
Okay.
But I don't know. I mean, my mouth is 98.7, and I believe they're twins.
You've never put your hand down there, your finger.
But it doesn't.
But you see, it's
it
warm.
does. It's not. It's not like apple pie.
Okay. How does it feel for you when you receive it?
Like a pillow.
Like would you describe it like a pressure?
Like a pillowcase.
Like a pillowcase.
Like
okay.
A pillowcase going
I think pressure is a good one, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's a thing. Like, I think that's like the immediate response is just like there's something in there.
You're like, what is this? Foreign object.
Yeah, I'm like,
but I love
hi.
it. Keep going.
What's your name?
Who are you again?
I don't know anything outside of that.
Maybe I'm just such a very needy girl, but I feel like so connected. Like it's a good thing. Again, it's so mental, you guys, which I think my husband knows. Like if it's not it, like if you were a jerk today, like just make it up first, because I cannot with you or something like that. But how it feels, because it's not really a pillowcase for me.
I'm just saying, to be fair, everybody loves a pillow.
Everybody does love a pillow.
Who doesn't?
Or what did you say? I don't
pressure.
know.
She said pressure.
I don't know.
It's
She said
like
pressure.
a connection, like a really good warm connection. And I do feel that little sting. It's like a little sting at first.
Like on the
Oh,
sides
there's
or
like
in
a
the
little-
inside?
It's like opening a bag of chips.
I feel like that little pressure, that little snap, and then it's just
snap.
a really nice connection. So I feel like everybody, I don't know, I like that. It's just a good connection.
Okay, so we're talking about it.
You haven't answered.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
you gotta-
like I
you're
just
getting
said,
out of
like
this
a
one.
warm cucumber.
But how does
warm-
that feel the same if it's your?
I love it. If there's the pain, I'm all about it. We've
This
talked
one
about it.
and
I
pain,
know.
she's
I
always
love
talking
it.
about.
A little
Masochistic
pain.
tendencies on that side,
A little
okay.
bit, and I'm loving it. No, I'm
Sure.
just kidding. No, I'm very open about my sexuality, and like I love to experiment. And if it's not the most comfortable, it's okay. Whatever, we'll make it work, because my body's very petite. So most of the times I'm like, oh my gosh, there is no way that's gonna be inside me. But then we make it work, you know?
She said we make it
We
work.
make it work.
We find a way.
Surprise, surprise! It's crazy. But I wanted to talk about your first time. We're talking about enjoying it. We love it now. our first times, I don't know about you guys, but I remember mine, and it was horrible. It was a terrible experience. I felt so violated. This foreign object in my body. I didn't know what obviously I didn't know what I was doing. I don't think he knew what he was doing, and it was just very uncomfortable.
How old were you?
I was 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
I waited,
God.
because he was 19 too. Just, we were like the same age. We were in college.
I was 15, and I just remember I was working at a grocery store. I was working at Randall's, and the next day I was like, I can't believe I had sex yesterday. I wasn't excited.
Yeah.
Like, my friends were more excited for me because I think I was like the last of the dying breed of the friends to have sex. But yeah,
it wasn't good.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, I feel like most of us don't enjoy it. What about you, Kay?
I mean, I'm gonna like out myself in this now. I'm what we call a gold star.
What
It's
is
like
that?
never slept with a man.
What?
Ever.
Oh my
Never,
gosh!
ever.
I need
Would
to
you do
sip.
it if we just like for a bet or just for once? Or
I've
is there
had this conversation a bunch. Like, I am like very much like I identify very much as a lesbian and very attracted to women. And like there are men that are out there that like male identifying folks that I'm like, yeah, like I think that you are an incredibly attractive person. We get along. It's just like the downstairs mix-up I want nothing to do with. Like
that just does not turn you on.
It does not turn me
penis
on.
is-
Is
like,
it the
at
dangle?
all.
Is it
I
the
think
dangle?
It's just like aesthetically, what the
Is
fuck?
it the balls?
Or is it
Is
like
it the sack?
Is it
No,
the
you know what?
overbearingness?
It's
also?
ugly. I mean, let's be
Not
honest.
necessarily.
The penis
No,
and the
I
nose.
don't
it's not
think
ugly.
so.
You
No.
get turned on by it.
I
Yes,
do.
the perfect
Just
mushroom
sitting
cap
there.
is so sexy.
Really?
Yes, the perfect mushroom cap.
Okay, but you like circumcision.
Yes.
What about the men that are not
I
circumcised?
don't
I
like them.
don't like how people bash on non-circumcised
It's
men.
okay, shout out
They're
to your
still
husband.
nice.
She
He
said shout out
is.
to your husband.
No, he is. Right now, I'm just defending my brothers. Okay.
Shout out to your mama for not
Shout out to my mama.
for keeping the turtleneck.
Hoodie on.
The turtleneck.
No, seriously, I think it's just great both ways. For me, it was actually fun because I think we're a little bit older, but my girlfriends and I, it was a really fun time, like all like being secretive about like who lost their virginity and like things like that. And just like, I'm from a really conservative family, so I can't really talk about it with like sisters. But with my friends, I'm like, we were all just like whispering
Just gossiping away.
Gossiping away,
Yeah.
like knowing, because you have no idea, right? Everything's so new because like your 30-year-old friend, moms don't talk about it
At all.
at
Well, it's
all.
very
Like
taboo.
they don't say anything.
I believe my mom. I don't think my mom, like,
Had the sex conversation with you?
she never had. The only thing she said was, "Don't come home pregnant." That's all
Yeah.
she ever
Yeah.
said.
That's all
You
they
never
ever
really
said.
know how you were gonna, and you know what, I think
Yes.
that's where we're having problems too, because I don't know if it's a cultural thing, us as Latinas, it is very taboo. Like my
Super
dad never
taboo.
talked about it, my mom never talked about it. I think they knew
Nothing.
that obviously as I got older that I was being sexually active, but they just kind of looked the other way. And when I was
Yeah.
younger, they hoped that school would teach me, I guess, the health
yeah.
education
They
or
let
something.
me find my dad's porn stash.
They put it there close to your
It's like go
know about y'all.
deep in the closet in the back.
Yeah, go find the thing that's in the back of the
Yeah.
closet. It's just a box of porn.
Oh, well, talking about porn and what's in the back of the closet and that G-spot that our girl Kay showed us earlier, we're going to head over to the bar so you can tell us how to make it. We found it. Now we're going to make it. We've been talking about sex, and of course, we got our girl Kay here who made us the G-spot. We found it. Now we want to make it. But
Hell yeah.
before that, we're going to
Back that glass up.
Well, it was delicious. We were
Excellent.
trying it today. So tell me a little bit about how I can make it when I need to be at home finding my G-spot.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna take a little bit of American single malt, and I'll pour it right in there for you, and it'll make it real easy. I'll do the work for you.
Yes, please
You know,
do.
I'm gonna do
Just
it.
like
It's called
I like it in
foreplay.
bed.
It's called foreplay. I'll do this for you. Don't worry. I got you.
I feel like Christina.
I got you.
Yes,
Don't
you
worry.
do it all.
Yeah, I'll put it in there
just
for
lay
you.
here.
You just lay there, pillow princess. Don't worry about it. I got you. Yeah, so a little bit of American single malts, and then everything else is already pre-measured for you. So we're gonna add some lemon juice right into that small tin.
Yes.
Dump that in, that dirty little thing.
Don't tell me I didn't do some work.
I know. I don't want to tire you out, you know? And then we're gonna go with a little bit of sugar right in there as well.
Love it.
Sweeten it up. And then we're gonna, it just seems fitting, we're gonna throw some cherries in there as well. So a little cherry juice,
a
a little
little cherry
tart cherry.
poppin'.
Hell yeah, dump that right in. So we're gonna fill up these small tins with some ice.
You tell me how
Perfect.
much. Is that how you like it?
I'll tell you when I'm done liking it.
I was
How's
gonna
that?
say, you tell me how you like it,
Oh,
baby.
that's perfect, babe.
Okay,
Thank
there
you.
you go. There
That's
you
the
go.
spot.
Okay,
Good job.
That is the spot. I don't even know what I'm doing, but
I
I'm
like
pretending.
it.
Well, you gotta fake it till you make it.
You gotta fake it till you make it. Honestly,
know,
welcome
with
to your first lesbian relationship.
I love it.
And then
Okay,
we're
what do
gonna
I
beat
do?
the out of it. We're gonna get a little
Yes.
masochistic about it. All right.
Oh,
So
I love that.
We're gonna
You were listening.
I
on
was
the couch.
listening. You know,
Yes.
I'm attentive. Is really what it is.
Okay.
So then you're
And
gonna
then
just smack that on the top, little
Smack that
booty
ass
slap.
up.
Yep. And then flip it over. Maybe you like that way too. And then
Yeah.
you're gonna shake it out of it. And then you got like, yeah. Oh, it's all in the hips.
Why am I shaking the hips? Why am I shaking the hips?
All right. Now that we've done that, we're gonna give it another little slap on the side.
Slap on that.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, girl.
I've been practicing.
Stop flirting with me.
You're like, why am I so turned on?
No, seriously, I didn't know
You
this was
know.
gonna happen. And then you're gonna take the glasses, and we're just gonna dump them right in. We're not gonna be
Okay.
fancy about it. It's gonna be, we call it a dirty dump, because it literally is just all the ice and all that jazz right in there.
love it.
We're gonna say, forget you to these things here. We don't need them. And then we're gonna top it off with just a little bit of soda water.
Okay.
Perfect.
I love
There you go.
this.
Easy
This looks
peasy.
amazing. And we gotta
Yeah.
try it. Salud.
Salud.
Cheers. Let me
Thank
see.
you very much.
This really is amazing. The G-Spot, you guys find out how to make it. And I'm gonna have to say goodbye. It's that time of night. Christina, Kay, Nidra, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Yes. Cheers.
Bye, Kelly.